What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and this is NCIS Season 14, Episode 19, The Wall. So, this one wasn't the greatest episode in the world, but there were things about it that I did enjoy. So, it's just, for me, NCIS is one of those shows that always plays it safe, always, every single episode is just, you turn it on, you can just sort of turn your brain off, you just watch it, kind of enjoy it a little bit, but it's not anything to really get seriously in depth about. It's not something that, like for these reviews, most of the time on these other shows, I'm analyzing, I'm talking about this and this and this, I'm talking about theories going forward, I'm talking about all of this stuff. NCIS has never been that show, and I've said this before, most of the time this overarching story will actually only pop up for 3 or 4 times or episodes throughout a season. I mean, the story that they've got going on right now, we haven't seen it for about 3 or 4 episodes, I don't think. So I look at this episode and I say this is a typical NCIS episode. It had, the case itself was not anything too interesting, and honestly, like, I could be wrong because I kind of phased out a couple moments, but I'm pretty sure the woman who actually was behind all of it, the reason that this all happened, the guy was shot with a poison arrow or dart, and this other woman was killed. I don't think the woman that was behind it we even saw in the episode beforehand. And most of the time, like whenever you have a case like that, a lot of the time it's not really a mystery for you to solve as the audience viewer. Those are the type of cases that I can't really get into. And I've said this in my elementary reviews as well. I need a mystery that I feel like, okay, you're giving me all the suspects, you're giving me clue by clue, and the last clue is something that, oh, that's a case-breaking clue, and you're theorizing about, oh, I think he did it, or oh, I think he did it, and you're thinking about, oh, why would they do it? That's sometimes what this show is. It's just, they show us the suspects, they give us the clues, and we're kind of involved with the case, trying to guess and see if we can figure out who done it. This one was not one of those. We didn't see the suspect until the very end. I'm pretty sure. So, I don't know, I just really didn't get that involved in the case. I can hardly tell you what it was about, to be honest. I just remember it had something to do with this woman who apparently was, I can't remember what she was doing wrong now, but she was, this one woman was a whistleblower, and so she killed her, and then the one that got the information was the sergeant that got killed, and so she tracked him down and killed him. Just like, I don't know, I can't get invested in that. It's just not that interesting. Stuff on the outside was average. The team stuff in this one definitely took too much front stage. It felt like there were too many times where they should be focused on the case, and instead they're talking about, oh, did Quinn and Torres, did they have a thing back in the academy? Was it like an instructor-student type thing? It took up way too much time in this episode, in my opinion. There are too many moments where it feels like they should be questioning somebody or they should be figuring something out, and then McGee's just like, Bishop, come here. I got some more information on Quinn and Torres. I'm just like, what about the case? But I don't know. Even in the end, it didn't really seem like we got an answer of what really happened. Quinn and Torres both denied anything ever happened, but then in the end, it's like Quinn says, "Oh no, that was actually me on the video," and that's about all we get. And she gives him like a little smirk, like, "Oh, yeah, I actually did enjoy your singing," or something like that. I don't know. I'm just like, so nothing happened, but she actually was there and she actually did like his singing? Is that what you're trying to tell me here? You didn't really answer any questions. But the one that definitely caught the most attention for me is there's this guy who was talking to the sergeant when he got killed. He didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be at the memorial or anything along those lines. Well, he's just acting like a complete dick throughout this entire episode. Just pissing people off. He doesn't want to be there. He keeps trying to escape from Reeves whenever he's his caretaker, pretty much. And, all of this, I kind of, at one point I was just like, are we really going to do this old person that's being a total asshole? Are we going to do this storyline again? It feels very cliche. It feels like I've seen it several times before. But it started to go into the territory of, think about what he's been through. The Vietnam War was one of the worst wars we've ever been involved in, and the people who were involved in it not only lost people that they cared about, but also came back and everybody hated them for it. Everybody hated what they did over there, and so they were constantly mistreated. And yeah, it started to make sense. I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I feel kind of bad for the guy now. And so ultimately, there are a few moments in the episode where we see him go into the wall. We see him take a piece of paper and scratching the names onto the paper. I guess of his friends that were involved over there with him that he lost. And so just seeing him have to go through all this was kind of heartbreaking. Meanwhile, Abby's like the entire time just like, oh, he's a bundle of joy, he's my joy, and just really trying to, I guess, pick him up by treating him with kindness, which pretty much is kind of the moral of the story. Because at the end of it, Reeves and Gibbs set up this whole thing where he gets back home, gets off the plane, and then he walks in, and all this crowd of people are there waiting for him, and just welcome him home, applause, cheers, everything, and he kind of sits there for a moment, just not really sure what to expect, and then slowly it starts to dawn on him that this is for him, and he goes into the crowd and people are shaking his hand, patting him on the back and stuff, and it was a touching moment, just to see him get to experience that, because he didn't get to experience that when he came home the first time. I don't know, it really did tug at the heartstrings a little bit. I was like, oh, that's nice. So all in all, I mean, the case wasn't interesting, the stuff with Torres and Quinn wasn't interesting, but this story, most of the time that's how NCIS is. It's like they have a few storylines going on. Sometimes one of the stories shines brighter than the others, and the other two maybe not that great, but that one story is the reason I watch the show still, because they always have that one moment you're just like, this is why I watch NCIS. It's still a pretty decent show. So all in all, I mean, I know that's kind of it sounds wrong of me to say like, oh well, that sucked and that sucked, but that was okay, so I like the show. But honestly, that's NCIS. It hasn't changed over these 14 seasons. And it's not really taking any chances, but you know what? For all the shows that I watch, some of them take a lot of chances and fail. Some of them don't take any chances and fail. This is one that doesn't really take any chances, but it's always been an average show. It's always been just a show that you can turn on and enjoy. Even if you're not watching it episode by episode, you can just turn it on, watch some replays, watch some old episodes. You can still enjoy it because that's just the type of show it is. So, all in all, another average NCIS episode. I would like for them to get into the main plot again, though, because I feel like we're nearing the end of the season. So I'd like for us to get back to what we're supposed to be focused on. Reeves, I think, is kind of officially on the team now. He he was going to go back to MI6, but Director Vance, I lost his name for a second. Vance was saying that, well, MI6 has a couple of our guys on loan, so we're going to keep you around for a little bit. But then he's like, I want to go on a mission, I want to go out. And so Vance says, well, I got one in Syria for you, it's dangerous, do you want that? And then Gibbs kind of convinces him, no, you're on the team, you should stay here. And I think at the end he kind of realizes, yeah, that's what I want to. So I feel like he's going to be involved whenever we get back to the main plot. But for now, we're not really focused on that. We're not talking about that main plot anymore. So I don't know. It's something I want to get back to, but I know they're probably going to save it for the last 2 episodes this season. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What did you like and dislike about this episode? Let me know. We can talk about and discuss all that good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe for future NCIS reviews. I'll see you at the next one. Peace out.